Imagine you just moved to downtown Toronto, eager to seize the diverse and inclusive life that we're all promised. Yet we walk every single night scared of homeless people, hearing incidents of other criminal activity happening every single day. Toronto has a housing problem, that much we know. But what's getting lost in the policies and the numbers are people. The average price of a one-bedroom apartment per month is now $2,500. For students, essential workers like nurses, and other low-income residents, that means shared basements, horrifying living conditions, or being forced out of the city entirely and having to endure more than 2-hour-long commutes. Olivia Chow is helping. Her ambitious reforms to eliminate the long bureaucratic processes and pushing the city to develop itself will help. But will it be enough? Not likely. Massive problems require massive interventions. As a result, our federal party leaders are also suggesting solutions. Conservatives want to cut taxes and fees on building homes, while the liberals are offering cities millions of dollars to densify. My answer, all of the above, please, and more. We should be repurposing our old industrial warehouses and factories into housing. For example, it's much easier and cheaper to build on already ready foundation. We can use the old buildings as storage for materials, and it's much easier to obtain permits since the land is not being used anyway. This is already happening, for example, with the Dasview Airport project that is set to begin in 2027. But that's only one project. We can be doing more. We should be doing more. Because this housing crisis, it's about all of us.
Artificial intelligence and automation are changing the way we work. Companies like Google and Tesla use AI to make things more efficient, cut costs, and improve decision making. But while AI brings a lot of benefits, it also raises concerns about the job security, ethics, and corporate responsibility. So one big issue is how AI affects jobs. It's expected to replace millions of positions, but at the same time, it will create new roles that require different skills. Instead of replacing workers, businesses should use AI to support them. This is something we see in strategic human resource management, which emphasizes the importance of helping employees adapt by upskilling and preparing them for an AI-driven workplace. AI also gives companies a major competitive advantage. For example, Google uses AI to improve hiring and manage employees, and Tesla's self-driving technology sets it apart from traditional car companies. So businesses that don't adapt to AI will for sure struggle to keep up. But there is also the ethical side of AI. A good example is Amazon's AI-powered hiring tool, which was shut down because it discriminated against female candidates. This shows why companies need responsible AI governance to make sure their systems are fair and unbiased. So at the end of the day, AI is shaping the future of work, but companies need to balance innovation with ethical responsibility. Like we've learned in our course, success isn't just about being efficient, it's also about making smart, ethical, and sustainable decisions. So the ultimate goal isn't to replace workers with AI, but to use it a way that empowers them.
Remote working and learning has become a contemporary issue after the outbreak, bringing challenges but also opportunities. After the outbreak, remote working and learning became the main way people worked for some time. This approach saves people's community time and provides a more disposable time. But it also brings negative impacts such as mental health issues, decreased productivity, and reduced social integration. Flexible working arrangements help employees adjust their working hours according to their needs, increasing their productivity and enable them to take better care of their families. Remote learning offers a similar convenience. And for instance, in countries like China, teaching patterns are time-fixed and communicating is time-consuming, which is benefits which can be benefit from remote learning. However, remote learning can also affect people's sense of belonging and motivation. Listening to employees and meeting their needs is the basis of motivating them. As a result, without face-to-face integration, employees may feel isolated, reducing satisfaction and motivation. This is also something that needs to be thought about and addressed in remote learning. Lack of face-to-face integration in some way will decrease working efficiency. Therefore, while the remote mode enhances flexibility, we should also think about how to enhance the sense of belonging in online learning and working. For example, organizing regular online exchanges, video conferences, or other informal integrations can be effective in decreasing feelings of isolation. At the same time, remote learning can descend student stress, so it can be fit when the work is large. But offline teaching may be more appropriate in an education system that focuses on integration and motivation.
Good morning, everyone. For our team, only have 4 people for the day. I will briefly summarize 2 analytical papers concerning the economic and the geopolitical impact of President Trump's tariff policies. The first paper focuses on Trump's tariff on China and their effects on global supply chains, U.S. manufacturing, and corporate strategies. Since 2019, the U.S. imposed over $500 billion on tariffs on Chinese goods, while these measures aimed to reduce trade deficit and counter unfair trade practices. They also disrupted global trade. Major companies like Apple and Tesla shifted parts of their production to countries like India and Yunnan, while Chinese firms like Huawei and Oppo focus more on technological self-reliance. The study highlights that such tariffs undermine comparative advantage for the government subsidies and arid long-term business strategies worldwide. The second paper explores the consequence of renewed U.S. tariffs on Canada and Mexico during the second term of Donald Trump. It argues that such policies could reduce and erode U.S.-Canada economic and strategic ties, weaken trust among allies, and accelerate the leadership of dollars of the world. This could reduce America's influence in the international order and fragment the global economy into regional blocs. Together, these studies demonstrate how protectionist trade policies may yield short-term domestic benefits but risk long-term strategic costs on the global trade. Thank you.